There we go. Got it.
And
Perfect. So, Jamie, how are you today?
I'm a lot of feelings, I'm a lot of emotions, but I'm overall good. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, what can I say? I mean, welcome to the show. It is so cool and awesome. You've been here like 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Yeah.
I think this is
Four?
my
No, 3, right? So it was the first one, and then we did another one.
I had to skip the scary story one.
Yeah. So we did one. Then for the Halloween you were not. Then for the Christmas you were, but later on, and it wasn't the Christmas anymore. And then this one, 3 times.
Oh, all right. Time flies, man. I can't.
It is really cool. It is really cool to have you back here. And now, tell me what's new. What's new since our last chat?
Well, the big thing is that today I just released a new single, my 3rd single, along with a music video and a companion digital zine. So it's for my song "Leave Me Alone," and this video has been in the works for like a year and a half. It's been a really big project. Directed by my friend Lisette Schuster and produced by my friend Emily Pudilov. They're literally incredible humans, and I don't think this release would be like half of what it is without them. And I know that they wouldn't. So anyway, that's the big news. Go listen to "Leave Me Alone," please, and watch the video. The link is in my bio. So
sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. I'm also gonna leave it on the description for the YouTube one. You can count that.
Thank you.
I love it. And now that you mentioned "Leave Me Alone," tell me where the idea to create that song came from.
Where did the song come from? Well, it started by accident because I was learning how to play guitar, and I was trying to remember the chords to this Nirvana song that were bar chords, and I couldn't remember where on the fret they were, and I ended up kind of discovering the chords for "Leave Me Alone," and running with that and realizing I was making a song, and then just feeling into that kind of angry guitar vibe. I was really going through a lot at that time. I think I had kind of stopped doing comedy and was actually grieving an abortion that I had, and was just feeling really frustrated and exhausted with life, and was I need to channel this somewhere. So I ended up just in my room late at night and just started yelling "Leave Me Alone" while I was playing these chords, and then eventually it evolved into this song through many iterations. Honestly, it was a lot different when it was the impetus was very different.
Yeah. Wow. And it is really cool, the fact that you managed to kind of release all those emotions, to basically target them, to music, because for some people either they will target it on exercise, or I think exercise is the only thing that comes to my mind, and of course music as well. Or
less positive outlets of taking it out on other people.
Yeah, true. Or even taking taking on yourself. Your body will be receiving, and either you stop eating, or you start taking all of these non very healthy habits. Either too much drinking, sometimes even drugs. Things like that. So the fact that you manage to target all of those strong emotions but put it into a song, I mean, that is one of the cool things that I love about music, the fact that you can make somebody else feel, or somebody or someone who is kind of at the same thing, or feeling kind of the same as you did back then, can relate to that song and make it look like there is somebody out there who actually feels the way as you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think that music is very powerful for that reason, and also I think the kind of I guess the beauty of the song, but also it's a little unfortunate that it just gets more and more relevant every day in this country, and everywhere, truly. And so I hope that it can be an outlet for some people, as in the same way it was for me when I needed it, and right now it still kind of pumps me up to hear it and sing along when you're feeling helpless and frustrated with what's going on around you. So
yeah, absolutely. And that is one of the cool things about music. I mean, it's a shame that sometimes we will get not crappy music here and there, but the fact that we still have people like you that that yeah, that gives us a message here, you know, that that is kind of sending us like a vibe, you know, like something that like that frustration that someone might feel at that moment, and the fact that they can relate to your song. And at some point, it is kind of therapeutic at the same ways for you, right? Because like once you try to release that all of that frustration and that energy, you ended up feeling good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That is amazing.
Productive anger, productive outlet.
That is amazing, Jamie. I love it. And yeah, I mean, I love your music also. It is really cool. Of course, I listen to it. Let me tell you, when I listen to it, whenever I know that I'm gonna clean. The reason is because it's gonna be this hardcore battle, so I need to be, you know, like all pumped up and good to go, because I know that it you know, clean the house where 3 dogs live. You know what I mean? It's super messy. So yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I have 2 dogs. I understand. There's hair everywhere. It's a big mental preparation. So I'm glad that you can use it to pump yourself up. I know.
Absolutely. And you know, like what you so your music career, it is super cool. But tell me, like, what has been like some of the highlight moments that you had on your music career at this very moment?
I mean, honestly, like, for me, today is like the biggest highlight of my like music career, which has been really like interesting because of the way it started, like right before COVID. It's been really difficult and challenging to get things released. But like this particular release today is like, I've just really been thinking about it, and it like makes me emotional, but it's the first one I've had like a lot of support on. And like trying to create art is exhausting, and to like get out, and it's like making it is half the battle, and then making sure it's seen by people. It's it's like a whole extra job, like doing PR, making like even like reaching out to like let people know that you made something is like a full exhausting effort. And I think with my first 2 releases, you know, I just really was kind of impatient and really wanted to get them out because I wanted my music to be heard, but like I don't know that I did them justice by not like putting in more effort in like a full campaign, but also I don't know that I had the capacity to do much more, because, you know, I'm existing and like doing other jobs and a lot of other things that are hard additionally. And so this one has been just such like a privilege to work with a team of people who helped bring this together. I think it's the first time where it's just like I really feel like someone, you know, like the director Lisette like really like sees me and sees like the vision for the song and was able to bring it to life in a way that I could never have done on my own. And then to find someone that we could both count on, like Emily, who produced it, like she's a rarity, like really like just drove this like forward when I think a lot of other people would have like maybe just bailed. So yeah, I think this is just really like a highlight to have that kind of support. I think that it's like a very lucky thing for me that I have those people who are working to like make sure that this gets attention. Yeah,
absolutely. Wow. And like, what usually motivates you? You know, we all have those days, right, in which we want to quit. We think that it's been a waste of time, or, you know, like something that I have discovered is that the fact that you will not be receiving money out of it, sometimes it can get frustrated, because then you will be, as I said, like those toxic feelings start to come to your head and start telling you like, maybe you're wasting your time, you know, maybe you should get something else, maybe you should get something more, like, what's the word that the other day they were telling me, more stable, you know, that you need to follow the usual way, which is get an office job, stay there for 30-40 years, and then you retire at 70, and then you will have money, and then you can do whatever you want. But then what I would say is like, yeah, but if I have money when I'm 60, then what's the point of it? You know, there's like a lot of things that I can't do. A lot of places I'm not allowed to anymore because I'm not gonna be able. You know what I mean? So it is so frustrating, like getting into kind of this toxic bubble or like toxic thoughts. But for you in this case, like what usually put your feet back on the ground, you know, like what usually puts your back into the thing that you love the most?
Oh man. Yeah, I just want to like number one acknowledge that it's so hard to keep going sometimes. And I definitely have those thoughts of like, what am I doing here? Why do we even think this is good? Like all the time. I think one thing that definitely keeps me going is the fact that I go to therapy once a week. I truly like my therapist is she's the best and helps me a lot, like working through a lot of that. But also just like letting yourself get emotional around it, because it is really hard. Like I've cried so much like in the weeks leading up to this release, just like feeling like I wanted to throw in the towel, kind of feeling overwhelmed. But then you have to like take a second and ask yourself like, well, do you like, what happens if you don't do this thing? And I guess the answer is like maybe things stay the same, but I want things to keep growing and my opportunities to change and everything. I don't know. I just think like it feels really good to see things through. It's something I struggle with, and for me, I just really like in those moments. I just want to. I don't know. I want to see what happens when I put the thing out in the world. And maybe it's nothing, but it definitely would be nothing.
Yeah, I know what you mean on that. I know what you mean. And it is tough, you know. It is tough, and sometimes it can take you to a vulnerable place, because like all this work that you have put into it. So then once you release it, you're like, you know, you're like, maybe it's not working, or like maybe there's something wrong here, or you know, like things like that. But I do agree the fact that that having those thoughts and then asking yourself like, I mean, if I don't do it, at some point I'm gonna regret myself for not keep doing it, you know, instead of just keep rolling with it. And who knows, you know, maybe at some point nothing that I wanted really happened, but at the end I tried it, you know, and at the end there's something on my list that I was able to do it, you know what I mean? Because as I was having this type of conversation the other day about that we live right now in this kind of world in which we want everything fast, you know, we the part which they tell us we need to wait, it instantly angers us, like, ugh, you know, like now if you buy something, you can get it online in the next couple hours and problem done. If you order food, here you go. So I think we have kind of forgotten the part that sometimes we need to wait, and that there's like a process. And I would say, especially like with arts, right, acting, music, you know, that there is like this process that you need to take like one step at a time in order for you to reach a place in which you can feel comfortable, right?
Yeah, and patience is hard. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm very impatient, but this song has been kind of a lesson in patience in many ways. And I think finding some kind of balance between, like, I don't know, doing the thing, but then like being patient about when it, like, I think it all happens when it's supposed to. And like something that I personally work on a lot is like trying not to stress about it being like happening now. I don't know. I just don't have control over anything. So
yeah, I know what you mean. And how could you describe your music career at this moment in a film? Yeah. Let's make it interesting. How can you describe your music career on a movie?
Like as a like where in the movie, or like what kind of movie?
What kind of movie? Would it be like a dramedy, comedy, action, horror? You know, like what would it be?
Oh man, I guess it would be. What's just like coming to mind, at least, or like around my like last couple releases, is like a gritty like documentary biopic on like the women who are like making shit happen in Los Angeles right now, like some kind of like I don't know, I think it would just be like I want it to be like a documentary where it's just like you get to see how people, like, I just feel like I'm surrounded right now by some like, and not even just women, just like some really amazing creators that are like fueling me, and like that's what keeps me going too. And I feel like I'm having like my own personal like little movie where I'm watching all these people grow, and then it's like one of those times like when you look back and you realize that like all these like maybe not famous people or great thinkers or whatever, you realize that some of them knew each other before. I feel like I'm full of people who are like that, and I'm just like sitting here like looking around me being like, wow, this is awesome. So
that is cool. Yeah, absolutely, huh? You know what? Once I go to LA, let's make a documentary of your kind of story. That would be cool. I like that.
Sure. Absolutely, do it. I got some film friends.
There you go. I love it. And like my last question here is, what can we expect from you in the future?
Oh boy. Hopefully, okay, so number one, more music. I don't want to like get ahead of myself because we got to focus on today's release, but I do have another song that is going to be out at some point this summer. I'm not going to focus on anything because I've learned from this release that it's not happening till it's happening.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
But so that, and then my goal is to get a live band back together this year so I can start performing again, because that's like really my main love with music is to perform. So that's a big
goal,
and I think we can definitely expect.
That's awesome. And you know what? I'm not gonna stop supporting you until
just don't stop.
Yeah. Now that I think of it, I was like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But basically, what I'm trying to say here is that I'm gonna support you super hard all the time, because I want you to one day be in Coachella. That would be cool. That'd be dope. And that's gonna happen one day, because the fact that you're doing it because you love it, you know, and as simple as it may sound, I do understand, and I have seen people that it takes sometimes even the whole lifetime or even decades for them to finally realize what they want to do. You know, I even have family members that they're old right now, and they still don't know what to do. You know, like all this life, they spend it in something that they hated. You know, and the fact that you're doing what you like and you're actually making it happen. You got your awesome music here. You got a music video. I mean, that is like one of the cool things that, at least for me, it helps me whenever I feel, you know, like the fact that all of the things that you have accomplished, you know, and that is so cool. The fact that you continue pushing it regardless of how difficult or annoying might be, you're still there. And just can't wait for it. Just can't wait for more and more epicness. And I'm super sure a lot of epicness is gonna happen to you, because you're super badass and you're talented, and that's a perfect mix. You know what I mean?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah. And I mean, I can, the only like concrete thing I can say about what I want to do is that I've tried a lot. So I'm not going to be like older and wondering, wishing I tried something, because I've freaking done everything at this point. So
yeah.
Rather fail and then keep moving. But I feel good about it. So.
Yeah, I do agree on that. And I love your vibe. I'm in love with your career here, because it is so cool and you have accomplished so many cool things. And I'm super sure that this is only kind of the tip of the iceberg of more epicness that is gonna come eventually to you. So keep killing it. Keep being this amazing, super awesome, badass, amazing person you always are. And also, I want to thank those watching this right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this either later here on Instagram or later on YouTube, or if you're on your way to work or do something, I mean, make sure to first listen to some of Jamie's songs here and there, and then you can turn to this video. Then go follow her. I mean, let's make her viral. # Team Jamie. She's awesome. She's badass. And before I send you off, I need to send you off properly with an epic send off, so you know what is gonna happen. So let me show you. Oh, there you go. Oh, wait. There you go. That was the problem.
Thank you. You know, I'm gonna take that today. I haven't really slept in like a couple weeks here, get ready for this release, so I will take the applause. Thank you.
Of course. And one day we're gonna have the whole Staples Center like full pack with people listen to your music. Count on that.
I mean the crypto.com arena. Just kidding. I would call
Dang it. Anyway.
Staples Center.
I hate that thing, but anyway. In the meantime, thank you so much, Jamie, for your time. Keep killing it. Keep being awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you so much for having me, and thanks for your support.
Have a good one, okay? Bye.
Bye.